him and allowed him to do what he did. So they're a real terrorist. But 9 times out of 10, it'd be like if I went down and spent 2 years with some schizophrenic, poor homeless person here in Santa Cruz and put them in a house and gave them money and found that one day that they'd go out and shoot some people. Who's guilty? That homeless schizophrenic or the people that got him to do it? Ask me that question. That's an example of how these people operate. That's an example of what they do. That's an example of the operations they run. So it's out in the open, they ship in the drugs. It's out in the open, they're staging the terror. It's out in the open that the banks are robbing us blind. Let's go back a year ago with another one of Anwar al-Awlaki's patsies. I get a call from one of my listeners, Mr. Haskell, Kurt Haskell and his wife, they're lawyers. 2 days after the Christmas Day bombing. 2 days after. 2 days. And he says, Mr. Jones, I was in Europe at the airport, and I was there in Amsterdam, and I saw them bring in Matala, the underwear bomber, and he was disheveled. He looked like he was out of sorts, drugged. And he had no passport. He had no visa. This is on record. After, not at first. Wasn't it on record at first? I get this call. I confirm Kurt Haskell's on the plane with his wife. Later, other witnesses come out. And they describe in Amsterdam, this guy gets bypassed the naked body scanners they already had. He gets through the scanners. He gets through the checkpoint. And he's at the gate and he has no passport, no nothing. And they're saying, we're not going to let this guy on. And a sharp-dressed man came and flashed ID and said, you will let him on the plane. And he was so high authority that they let him on the plane, and the rest is history. He had a firecracker in his pants. So now we've all got a naked body scan, supposedly. Then the FBI goes to Kurt Haskell's office and tells him, you didn't see that, it didn't happen. There was a lot of other stuff going on the plane. But it's a long story we've covered on the radio. And for 2 months, they lied and said that Kurt Haskell wasn't telling the truth. Then more witnesses from the plane came forward and said they saw it. And the Undersecretary for Visas, #2 position in the State Department, Kennedy, went public and said, yeah, an unnamed U.S. intelligence agency ordered us to help him get on the plane. You got Anwar al-Awlaki at the Pentagon after 9/11, the mastermind. You got him running the underwear bomber, and you've got the State Department being ordered to get him on the plane. We have these people. And the issue is, why they're scared, is they can't cover this up anymore. They can't shut down all the alternative media. They can't shut you up. And they know that this is happening. They're aware of that. So what do? 4 months ago, Spy Talk, weekly column, written by a former CIA agent, Washington Post. They have a 5-page article where they say the CIA fakes Bin Laden videos, but it's patriotic. Those videos you saw were fake, but it's patriotic. They have news articles where, yes, the government ships the drugs in, but you don't want the criminals getting the drugs, do you? They come out, yeah, the Gulf of Tonkin was staged, yeah, we did this, yeah, we did that, in an attempt to take our power of disclosure away. But it doesn't work. See, before they could tell you, there's no world government, there's no CFR plan to bankrupt the world economy and call for a global currency that's backed up by carbon taxes. But Dr. Stan Monteith 48 years ago didn't care if they laughed at him. I didn't care 15 years ago if they laughed at me. You didn't care if your neighbor last week laughed at you. We told the truth. We're here in the open. We're going to tell the truth, and it doesn't matter what you say or what you do. We're not going away. And you can kill me, you can kill this guy, or you can kill her, but you can't get us all. And we're not going to stop, and we're not going to shut up, and we're not going to go away.
Amen!
And that's why I say, in resistance is victory. If your cause is right, doesn't mean we're 100% right, but we're going in the right direction. If you're looking for the truth and you don't shut up and you never quit and you can't be shut down and you don't care what people say to you and you never go away, nothing on earth can stop you, and that's why they're scared of you. scared of you because you carry the light of truth and honor and everything that's good in your soul. And when you turn that loose, there's nothing on this planet that can stop you. Now, I go back to this. When you have no shame, when you're not afraid, when you don't care what people say about you who are scared, want to keep in their little comfort boxes. When you get outside of that, it is so enlightening, it is so empowering, it is so fulfilling. And as this spirit of liberty spreads, as people discover their own innate personal power and their own tie-in to the overall human destiny and something much larger, there's no amount of propaganda, there's no amount of slick semantics, there's no amount of divide and conquer, there's no amount of left-right paradigm that can stop you. And that's my overall message. Look, I'm just some guy 17 years ago who woke up to corruption. And I had a thimble's worth of information compared to what I have now. If I'm still alive 10 years from now, I'll be blessed, but I'll have even more knowledge than I have now. It doesn't even matter that we all have all the answers. None of us do. Anybody that tells you they do is a liar. It's that we have common sense, we know things are going in the wrong direction, and we're simply saying no. I control my own destiny. I am not your slave, and I'm not going along with this agenda because my gut because my instinct, everything I am tells me we're going in the wrong direction. I remember being on the air 15 years ago, been away for about 17, but 15 years ago, local access TV in Austin, run for a local radio show. And I remember the death threats and the attacks and the city attempting to keep me off access television. I remember all those things happening. And it didn't matter because I knew that I was standing up for the truth. And people who made fun of me, people who laughed at me, people that made jokes, I didn't get hurt by that. I felt sorry for them because I knew I wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. I knew, that my elevator didn't go all the way to the top. Nobody's perfect. I knew that I didn't have all the answers. And I felt so sorry for them that they couldn't even see what was plain. What a moron like me could see, they couldn't inherently understand that truth. Because this isn't, at the end of the day, about intelligence. This is about guts. This is about intuition. This is about discernment. This is about being tuned in to the truth. And when you simply switch your channel to the truth, you don't need Alex Jones to tell you anything. I'm just getting people to tune over to the truth, to open their eyes up, to look around them, to ask themselves, is what's happening a good thing or is it a bad thing? And that's all I want people to do, is to realize there's more going on around them. And what Fox and CNN said.
Thank you!
And that's the key. If you simply start questioning and you take little steps, the incredible effect, the power of just getting a neighbor to think for themselves, of just getting a neighbor to value liberty and freedom, maybe 1/10 that they value the World Series coming up with the Giants and the Rangers, to get them to appreciate being involved in the real process that is the human experience, to just get them to buy a simple, can you hear me?
Now we'll be able to.
People can't hear me? The problem is this microphone doesn't go on this right here.
What'd you say?
Well, that's upsetting. People can't hear me?
Yeah, it's very upsetting. Some folks are saying that.
We hear you loud and clear, Alex.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What about folks up there in the top? All right, I'll sit here and hold this microphone. Crazy war and corruption.